Welcome to Concrete Block, the podcast where we dive into the latest news and current events from around the world. I'm your host, Walter. Today, we're going to be discussing a developing story in the Middle East where tensions are rising in Yemen. The country has been embroiled in a decade-long civil war, with various factions vying for control. Recently, the United Arab Emirates-backed Southern Transitional Council, or STC, has made significant gains in the southern region of Yemen, seizing control of key cities and oil facilities. This move has put the STC at odds with the internationally recognized government of Yemen, which is backed by Saudi Arabia. The situation is complex, with both sides having their own interests and motivations. The STC is seeking greater autonomy for the southern region, while the government is trying to maintain its authority over the entire country. The conflict has also drawn in other regional players, including Oman, which shares a border with Yemen. The United States and other Western countries have been watching the situation closely, as it has implications for global security and stability. It's worth noting that the conflict in Yemen is not just about politics, it's also had a devastating humanitarian impact. Thousands of civilians have been killed or displaced, and the country is struggling to cope with the aftermath of years of war. As we continue to follow this story, it's clear that the situation in Yemen is fragile and unpredictable. The international community will be watching closely to see how events unfold and what role other countries may play in shaping the outcome. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Concrete Block. Welcome back to Concrete Block. We're diving into the complex world of international trade and diplomacy, where global business leaders are facing a new reality under the Trump administration. The so-called Trump shock is sending waves through the manufacturing industry as companies reconsider their investments in the United States due to uncertainty and tariffs. Recently, hundreds of Hyundai workers were detained by immigration and customs enforcement in Atlanta, sparking concerns among executives about the risks of setting up manufacturing operations in the U.S. This unexpected turn of events has led some to explore alternative destinations for their facilities, such as Vietnam or Quebec, which are rolling out the welcome mat for companies looking to diversify their production away from China. Meanwhile, China is taking a patient and precise approach to dealing with the Trump administration, using calibrated leverage to test U.S. vulnerabilities and fortify its own system. Beijing does not expect détente, only time, to ensure that Washington's coercions increasingly lose their bite. In India, the government is working to become a key player in global supply chains, while in Europe, leaders are urging allies to become porcupines and strengthen their defenses against potential trade disruptions. As the world navigates this shifting landscape, one thing is clear: the Trump administration's policies are having far-reaching consequences for global business and international relations. Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're wrapping up today's episode of Concrete Block with a look at the escalating tensions between China and Taiwan. The situation has been heating up over the past week, with China conducting large-scale military exercises near the island, including live-fire drills and the deployment of warplanes and Navy vessels. According to reports, Taiwan's defense ministry detected 130 Chinese aircraft, including fighters and bombers, as well as 14 military ships and 8 other official ships around the island. The ministry also reported that a Chinese military balloon was spotted and that 90 of the Chinese aircraft crossed the median line of the strait. Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te has called on China to act responsibly and not escalate the conflict, while China's defense ministry has stated that the drills are a stern warning to Taiwan independence, separatist forces, and external forces. The U.S. has also been drawn into the situation, with President Donald Trump stating that he has a great relationship with Chinese President Xi Jinping and doesn't think Xi will attack Taiwan. The tensions between China and Taiwan have been ongoing for decades, with the two sides having been governed separately since 1949. The situation is complex and multifaceted, with both sides having their own perspectives and concerns. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to stay informed and consider multiple viewpoints. China has vowed to seize Taiwan by force if necessary, while Taiwan has transitioned from martial law to multi-party democracy and maintains its own government and military. The international community is watching the situation closely, with many countries calling for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. As we close out today's show, it's clear that the tensions between China and Taiwan are a significant concern for regional stability and global security. We'll continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. That's all for today's Concrete Block. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay informed.